What's up, investors? It's Mike from MJF Invest. I decided to do another live stream. I had some free time by myself tonight, Saturday night, and I wanted to go live. For a couple reasons. One, I want to get better at being live and having an interactive channel where I know what the audience wants to talk about, kind of point me in the right direction. I'm kind of doing most of this on my own, just trying to guess. But I would love to have a channel of interaction where people let me know what they want to talk about, what they're interested in, where they're putting their money. If I have a better understanding of that, that would definitely help me bring more interesting stocks. I have my process, but obviously, I'm one person. I can only see the world through my eyes. I read a quote the other day by Sir Isaac Newton, and it really got me thinking. And what he said was, if I've seen further than others, it's because I stood on the shoulders of giants. And that quote really made me think, you can only really get so far by yourself. You can only see so much by yourself. You can only you need support, you need help, you need people around you, you need different perspectives, different strategies, and that's the kind of channel that I want to have. I want to have a interactive channel where it's just open-ended. The audience has access and helps me. I'm looking for the audience to help me just as much as I want to help as well. I want to do my part and bring valuable stocks and manage risk through research. That's really all I'm doing. That's what I believe. Hey, thank you very much, everybody in the stream right now. Please hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Hey, Smile Steven, SADL. I'm not familiar with that stock. SNDL, maybe? Is that the one that you mean? And thank you very much. Welcome, guys. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for future content. If you guys have a topic that you want to discuss or something that you want me to look into a little further, if I get a couple of requests, to OCTB, I'm not familiar with those two particular tickers, but I'm going to write them down right now. Any of the stocks that you guys maybe want to talk about in the future, want me maybe to do a video about, a deep dive, or just want my opinion on, when you drop a comment and say a ticker, just drop like a line or two to let me know what you're interested in, like what exactly it is that you like or what you're attracted to by that stock. I get a lot of requests. I'd love to talk about all of them or know about all of them, but I don't. There's just so many tickers out there and so many sectors. And, I could be pretty narrow-minded when it comes to innovation and technology. I seem to be attracted to that. Hey, Richard Allen. Wow, Richard, I'm a big fan, man. I watch all your videos, all your content. I love your videos and your style. Your work with Nano Dimension is probably the best on the entire internet. I've covered that stock as well. And once you started covering, I was basically just like, I can't top that, man. Thank you for being part of the channel. Yeah, definitely. Whoever watches this video, if you're in the chat now or if you watch it later, Richard Allen. I don't watch a lot of YouTubers. I usually watch Dead Inside. I watch Richard Allen. I watch J Mac Investing, but I watch a lot of Peter Lynch. I watch Peter Lynch lectures. I like to get perspectives, from guys who are really experts. There's a lot of gurus on YouTube, and there's a big reason I started making content was because I research meticulously. I'm proud of the way I research stocks. I've been wrong, obviously, plenty of times. Yes, Peter Lynch is my favorite. I love Aswath Damodaran is another one. He was a NYU professor. He has his lectures for free on YouTube. So why watch a million YouTubers when I could go watch the professor of valuation, the godfather of finance from NYU? So broadening your perspective. That's definitely something I wanted to talk about. Market psychology, especially in a bull market right now. It's easy for me to sit here and tell you, oh man, I'm up 4,000% in the last 6 months. But it's a bull market. Everybody's a genius in a bull market. I want my audience to be informed and manage risk with research. Identify catalysts, and there's just too much of that, like just follow the leader, a guru on YouTube. I watch this one guy, he's a huge platform. I don't want to name names, but his platform is gigantic, and I'm jealous, not jealous of the platform, I'm happy for him, but I would love to have a platform so big. But basically the gist of the channel is, and I know new investors are watching him, mostly new investors, and he'll still say, ticker symbol ZOM is 250 today. It's going to $5. It's like, nobody can tell you that. Nobody can tell you that. You could hope that, and you could put yourself in that position through the research, through the information, but nobody on YouTube can tell you that where a stock is going. We're in a bull market right now. It's a very friendly market. Everybody's doing well. Keep that in mind. But I also want to be prepared for what could be ahead. I've been reading about the dot-com bubble from, the late 90s and early 2000s. And there's a lot of similarities. We could be in a bubble, or we could be approaching a bubble. And when we do, you're going to need to be informed. You don't want to buy stocks that you don't really understand. Every stock in your portfolio, this is the way I learned. If a stock in your portfolio goes down, let's say 10% in a day, if you would sell it, you probably shouldn't be owning that stock. I could give a perfect example. Metro Mile is a stock that I've been talking about quite a bit on this channel. I was expecting a little bit more post merger. I was expecting a little bit of a run up. People to be, the market just isn't excited yet. I didn't dump my shares. I did my DD, and I know what I'm holding. And I just think the market's late. I added, that's the kind of patience, safety. If anybody's still watching, please hit that like button and subscribe for future content. And also, if there's any stocks that you want me to look into in the future, please drop a comment. So I know I can make a little list and I can start to look into it. Again, I want to step my game up a little bit. I want to start to have a little bit more of an interactive channel, and I really want to spread the message that investing is for everybody. It doesn't matter. I'm just a regular guy, and I literally changed my life in 18 months. 18 months, I'm in a totally different financial position, and it's through just research. I'm no smarter than anybody else. I have no background in finance. I have no college degree. I just have a work ethic and a passion, and I wanted my life to be different. And I used the stock market as a vehicle. Sure, there was luck involved, along the way, but I really believe that, it was through hard work and research. I spent a lot of time doing this. I got motivated. I started making content, and now I want to spread the message to everybody. If you're not investing right now, maybe you'll be investing in the future. And research is the key. Knowing what you hold, understanding a company, and not allowing FOMO to get in the way. FOMO, fear of missing out, and that idea that you have to be involved in every stock that takes off is going to hurt you more than it helps you in the long run. Picking up those bad habits is something also that I'm very conscious of. I have picked up a few. This market is such a bull market. It's hard not to get greedy, so I find myself asking myself those questions. I ask myself a lot of questions. What are my motives for this trade? What is my strategy for this trade? What am I expecting from this trade? And I have a strategy for each and every trade. It'll be a little different. So I don't necessarily take steps, or the same strategy to every trade. Some of them have been different. I could use FRSX as an example, or ticker symbol ZOM as an example, or ticker symbol CIDM as an example. Those are penny stocks that I was not willing to sell, even with, and I'm up big on a lot of them. My average cost for FRSX is $1.25, and that's with averaging up. And I won't sell my shares until I know more about QuadSite, right? But there's also trades that as soon as I 2X, I'm taking profits. So knowing the difference, identifying the difference is a big thing for me, and it's something that I really want to get better at. And it's something that I really want to pass along, and I hope it's contagious within the stock market with traders. Fundamentals and doing the right thing, despite what's going on inside the stock market, despite the bull market, despite, you know, being enticing, you know, it pulls you, you know, but I keep telling myself that in the long run, that picking up those bad habits are going to help me, are going to hurt me more than they help me. EXPC Blade Network, I'm glad you brought that up. XJX, that's a great stock. I actually have been researching that stock quite a bit. I have a video where I went through the investor presentation. I'm not quite ready to make another video yet, but they remind me a lot of Uber. I think urban air mobility is in a great position. Electric vertical takeoff and landing is a thing in the future for passengers and for cargo. That's my favorite part about it, is I think it's going to disrupt the way we transport packages, right? And there's a couple companies that are positioned. We just saw during the week that American Airlines, right? They put an order in with ticker symbol ACIC. That's a SPAC, another urban air mobility SPAC. Now, I don't know enough about all of them and the competitors to sit there. That's right. That's what I'm trying to teach, Richard. That's what if one thing I could give my audience is the principles and the market psychology. You know, you teach a man how to fish, he eats for life. You give a man a fish, he eats one time. It's like I'd rather teach a man how to fish. And with that being said, I don't think I'm better than anybody else, or I could teach anybody else. The audience actually helps me so much. And I do have selfish motives for it, that I get so many perspectives. I get a strategy, I throw it out there, and I have 10, 15, 20, 100 sometimes perspectives coming right back at me. You know, I do use the channel for that, but I do really want to draw attention to the stock market. I believe it is the vehicle to inequality. It's a vehicle out of poverty. It's a vehicle out of the middle class. With the internet, we have the power. We have the information. Wall Street's bets just showed what the power of the people could do. When we move as a unit, we're the strongest institution in the world. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that stock either. But you know, and through the principles and through good strategy, you know, those habits that will be forever. That will be long lasting. You know, and you know, I fear we may be at the top, and I know that, you know, that might be a pessimistic point of outlook, but I have been, you know, a little bit more apprehensive with some of my positions lately, just because I fear we are at the top, particularly in certain sectors. You know, and hey, Guy, oh man, thank you for all your comments. Hey, Guy, that was very, very nice of you. I appreciate all your help. And that goes for everybody on the channel. This whole audience, you know, I was expecting like trolls and, you know, people to be like kind of mean and you know, not constructive in their criticism. And I've almost gotten almost none of that. So, you know, I think that's a big testament to the audience. You know, I'm very fortunate with that. I seem to be attracting positive people. They're kind of people that you know, maybe will benefit from this kind of stuff. So thank you so much to everybody. That's, you know, across the board. If you guys are still watching, please smash that like button, and also subscribe for future content. You know, I really want to build this channel up. I really want to promote research, you know, and the fundamentals to investing. They're so important. And that's not to say I do. There's a difference between trades and investments, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong for saying that. You know what I also wanted to discuss as well, how I've been scanning through some of my stocks. I've been finding some stocks, you know, pretty early, you know, in comparison to some of the other YouTubers. As I'm not bragging, I'm saying it humbly. Like, I'm pretty sure I was one of the first people talking about ZOM, FRSX. You know, I was talking about Nano too. If you go through my channel, you know, not a lot of people were talking about Nano when I was back then at the $2 a share. You know, and with certain metrics and criteria, particularly, yeah, no, and Mogo was another one. And you know what another one was too? I was watching one of my old videos. You know, I was talking about ticker symbol UAVS at the time, and at the time it was like $1 or $1.50. It's like $13 or $14 now, and I was like, damn, bro, I wish I put money on that one, and I didn't, because I was still a little bit stuck in my old ways at that time. I've loosened up a little bit. I've adapted a strategy now with this bull market, but I don't want to be trading like this too long, guys. And I want to just throw that out there. I'm glad everybody's making money, and I hope everybody makes a whole lot of money. And I hope this continues on. I hope the party continues for the rest of the year. I really do. But we just got to be realistic. Yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. XJX, thank you for your support. And also, guys, I really want to grow this channel. I think I'm proud of my work. I really am. In the backlog, you know, I stand by it. Not only my wins, there's not many losses either. I've been relatively sideways. I think I might have one, maybe two, like bad picks that I lost money on flat out. One was multi-plan, and what was the other one? I think Hillion I took a beating on too, actually, because I got in a little bit late. But aside from that, I live in New Jersey, and I know that's not going to be necessarily popular amongst the rest of the country, but there are some good people in Jersey. I love the East Coast. I love where I'm from. Yeah, and also, you know what? Another thing I wanted to talk about was, and I wanted to put out there, I don't know if there's any new investors out there, but there's a direct connection to an administration, meaning like the president, like a president's administration and the stock market. Start paying attention to those policies. President Biden is signing policies into place. You know, you should be reading those, getting familiar with where he's going. Also, you know, and I know we know for the most part that, you know, he's clean energy, he's cannabis, you know, healthcare is going to be a little more stable, we're expecting, et cetera, et cetera. But through the next 4 years, pay attention and connect some of those dots. And that's the reason I have such passion for the stock market. You know, I like to think I'm a creative person. So to come up with a theory, right, and then you know, a thesis, and then watch it unfold. When you're right, it's very satisfying. And the beauty of it is when you're wrong, you know, I take notes, and then I try to learn, you know, and I made a lot of mistakes in the past, you know, a lot. I lost a lot of money in the past, you know, learning, I'll call it learning. But, you know, at this point, you know, I'm pretty comfortable, you know, with the way the market is now, obviously, right? But, you know, for whatever's ahead of me, I feel pretty comfortable. There's a whole other side of this. I also wanted to just talk about put options, guys. Remember that a bear market and things going up is not the only way to make money. Start to familiarize yourself. I'm not saying go ahead and jump in and start trading puts right away, but get a foundation, get a base, start now. Like, see what it is, start reading about it, learning about it, and no, not Tesla puts, not those. No, but you know, just start to understand how it was. You know, Richard, what's funny, I actually retweeted it earlier. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, I know. That's disappointing because there is only one short seller that is that I can think of that's respectable, and that's Michael Blurry. So thank you very much, Richard. I really appreciate it. I saw a tweet before. It was funny. He goes, "How do you become a millionaire?" He goes, "Be a billionaire first, and then start shorting Tesla." I got such a kick out of that, and I appreciate you stopping by, Richard. You know, thank you for everything you do. Your content is great. If anybody's watching or anybody watches this in the future, make sure you guys check out Richard Allen. He's definitely one of the good ones. What else? Bitcoin. How could I forget Bitcoin? I have a video on my channel. I read a book a couple of months ago called Blockchain Revolution by Don Tapscott. Don Tapscott also has a TED Talks on his channel, on the TED Talks channel. That's so fascinating, and to give you a better idea of not only what Bitcoin is, but the technology behind Bitcoin and how a decentralized world, what this could be used for, and it's unbelievable. What, you know, this technology to me is my favorite technology that there is. You know, I'm a huge blockchain bull. I'm not necessarily saying that Bitcoin's only going to go up. There may be a period where it comes back down, and I also expect pretty soon. And this might sound, you know, a little speculative, but I expect some government, I don't know about the United States, but a government pretty soon will be backing their currency with Bitcoin. And once that happens, it'll be a domino effect. and you'll see Bitcoin, up over $150,000-$200,000. Also, the Ethereum is another one I wanted to put on your guys' radar. I know you probably heard about it and talked about it, but these decentralized apps are the future. Tokenizing things like real estate could be very, very promising in the future. I could totally see a company like Open Door, which is one of my favorite companies, really adapting to tokenize their stuff. Maybe down the road, maybe not through Ethereum, but through some kind of blockchain technology. It's going to be a thing in the future. I don't own any DeFi stocks, and honestly, I'm not educated enough on DeFi to even discuss it. I know a little bit, but I don't know enough about it to tell anybody. About it. I have a small understanding or a small grasp of it. And also, while I got everybody here, smash that like button. I'm going to tell you guys right now. Again, I have much content now. There's a playlist on my channel, Pure Storage, and I want you guys to really understand what data is. Data is the oil of the internet ecosystem. Companies use it to understand their customer, one, to develop products, two, amongst various things. Okay, and if a company cannot organize their data and store their data, they're done. Like, it's over. We're using Flash for the most part. That's HP and Hewlett Packard and Dell. Okay, that's who's the incumbent. They're using dinosaur technology, and I know they're in so much trouble. It's not even funny. If they don't purchase, whoever doesn't buy Pure Storage is in a lot of trouble. That's just my opinion. Go back and watch. I could never explain it in a clip. I have 5 videos about the company. I look into their products, look into their growing TAM. That's the most attractive thing. The growing total addressable market for Pure Storage is one I can't find another stock that has a growing TAM this way. That's why it's my favorite growth stock. I mean, I'm beating my chest. I'm trying to get this on anybody's radar. I just don't have a big enough platform. I just don't have a big enough audience yet. I hope I will one day. But I made a lot of content about Pure Storage, and I'm doing my best to get it on people's radars. This is going to be a $100 stock. I don't say stuff like that lightly. I can't. Yes. Nano Dimensions. I love Nano, and I'm a long-term in Nano Dimensions. I own Nano as well. But Pure Storage is one I want you guys to look at. Please, I know it's not sexy because it's data and it's not that easy to understand. But what they can do in genomics, they're the only company that has a product that runs fast enough with AI and machine learning and deep learning. Now, when you read ARK Invest Big Ideas Report 2021, I want you to look at what deep learning, that's the number one thing that Kathy put in that report, was the growing total addressable market that deep learning is going to add to the economy. Her projection is upwards of $3 trillion by 2030. That's over the next decade. Who's in position for that? Pure Storage, man. It's a $60 billion total addressable market today and growing. And then once you start adding that stuff in, and I also want you guys, please go read some of those use cases. The one on life sciences was it blew my mind. It blew my mind like so much. I texted everybody, called everybody, made videos about it. So fascinating and interesting what they're doing with genomics for a computer company to be able to have impact on medicine and genomics is I don't think you could accurately give this company a valuation, and whatever you give it, it's going to be low. And at under $30 a share, this is an absolute steal. I got an early peek on my Twitter, and I want you guys to please follow me on my Twitter. I could be a little more interactive. I can get an idea out there faster. Follow me on Twitter at MJF_invest. I tweeted out the other day a chart that talked about what Pure Storage is expecting, and the customer growth, the customer retention. 64% of their customers had said that they expect to spend 6% more, 6% more or higher, which was very exciting. That built-in customer base, plus another 10% in the industry, had said that they would adapt Pure Storage. That's like getting a sneak peek at their earnings for the year when you see stuff like that. I'm so excited about this company. I'm so excited about this opportunity. And I think as soon as Kathy stops trimming, this thing's going to take off. They own so many shares, so every time there's a rise, they have to trim. They own like 30 million or 20 million shares. They own so much Pure Storage across 3 different ETFs. And I could never connect the dots to why. I was like, why is Pure Storage in a genomics ETF? I couldn't figure it out. And now that I have a better understanding of the company, so please check that playlist out. I really think you guys will like it. SOS is another one too. I don't have any education on it. I do have it on the list. King Street Cafe. Thank you for mentioning that. But a few people have mentioned it. It's definitely on my list. I don't have any knowledge of that stock quite yet, but I'm definitely going to be looking into it probably tonight into the wee hours and tomorrow. So TRCH. I think that one's on a run a little bit lately. I don't know. That's not for me. I don't know anything about that. And VXX is another one. I can tell you right now, the way I trade, I own Tesla as my top position. My top position is 18% of my portfolio. Roku is my number 2 position, is almost 13% of my portfolio. Pure Storage is my 3rd largest holding, about 10. PayPal is my 4th largest holding at 8. I dedicate only about 10% of my portfolio to cash and speculative type trades like this. Like I got into ZOM and FRSX and Aqua Bounty and Nano Dimensions early on. And then as I learned the companies, I added them for real, Check safety, mate. More than 100% your cybersecurity and data trading. I love that. Cybersecurity is another one that I really wanted to find. I added Hack to my, it's an ETF, just because I don't know how to analyze a cybersecurity company. But I know cybersecurity is going to be growing in a growing industry. If I could get a little bit, why PayPal over Square? Oh, PayPal's the king. Come on. It's up in the air. Square's a great company. I liked PayPal because of their merchants. They got into the crypto, and that was very attractive to me, allowing crypto to be traded. I also like the fact that they had the best quarter they ever had. Just this past quarter, and they're massive. They were already a massive company, and they had the best quarter they had, growing. They're still growing rapidly, and I think Square. And I don't know. See, I'm not enough, but the point of sale. I think PayPal's being set up for e-commerce is in a better position. If that makes any sense, that was my play on e-commerce. I believe brick and mortar retail is declining. We're going to see, especially once, like to circle back to what I was talking about a little earlier in the video, like vertical takeoff and landing technology, like Blade and that kind of stuff. That stuff is going to disrupt package deliveries. That's what I think. Drones are going to make it like 25 cents a mile or less than 25 cents a mile, something ridiculous. So you think of like Workhorse and those companies, they're going to disrupt package transport, So I want to play on the e-commerce space. More people are going to be buying online for sure, and I just think PayPal is a safe play there. That's one of my favorite growth plays. Obviously, it's my 4th biggest holding. But again, doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean I know anything. Square is a great play. Kathy Wood's a big Square bullish. That's one of her top holdings, I believe. So I'm sure you'll do fine with that. But I did stay away from PaySafe. And I don't know if Richard's still watching, but I know Richard covers PaySafe a little bit. And the only thing, and I like PaySafe, I think they're going to do great. The one thing that kind of turned me off, and it's probably stupid. I probably missed an opportunity, but I learned to trade. If you don't get what you want, you stay away from it, right? And it just wasn't for me. And I think part of the SPAC deal, I think PaySafe was only given 4% of the company to shareholders, and I didn't like that. But that's okay. I think you're going to make money if you own PaySafe or Square. You're in great shape. I think a lot of stuff is going to do good in that sector. Okay, thank you. If you guys are still watching, please smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Normally, cybersecurity is trading at 40x revenue. Is that true? These company jam at 5x. That's true. Yeah, you're right. 5x the sales. Is that true? 40x the revenue? Cybersecurity companies? Which ones? Do you know? That's Bruno Mendez. If you're still in here, Bruno Mendez. King Street Cafe, the major upside. Your drone point for multiple risks. I can currently oversee LCKO. I'm not familiar with that. See, this is why. Thank you. I am not familiar with that stock. And LCKO is something I would definitely look into and see if it's interesting and appealing and see if I find value. Okay, yeah. I mean, I have to look into that. I'm not familiar with that industry enough. That's why I bought Hack, the ETF, because I don't know how to analyze a cybersecurity company. I was talking about Peter Lynch way earlier in the video, at the very beginning of the video, right? And one of the things that I really like about Peter Lynch is the way he breaks down a stock. He said how he says how he makes money. He goes, I don't make money with this, that, and the third. I made money with Dunkin' Donuts, stuff that he knows. And this recent trend, just like a couple weeks ago, AMC and GameStop showed you don't need to be so creative. You can make money with just what you know. Man, and I came across it. I didn't know who this guy was, but Roaring Kitty, man, wow, what a call with that GameStop. This guy was talking about this stuff like 7 months ago. He called that. I don't know if anybody watches that guy. I don't watch him much, and I'm not that familiar with all of his work, but his work on GameStop is some of the best work that I've seen on the entire internet, including like the real pros, guys like Peter Lynch or Ray Dalio, them guys. I mean, this guy called that to the T, the short attack, short interest, like the whole thing, like 7 months ago. I was like, what the heck? And really interesting stuff. So shout out to that guy, to Roaring Kitty. Good for him. He should be sitting really pretty right now. I hope he sold up a little higher. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know. I wasn't saying LCKO. I wrote it down because he was the third person who recommended it in my last 2 live streams. Is that Roaring Kitty turned 50K into 20 mil? Yeah, I believe it. I believe he did. I believe it, man. That was very smart. The way he played that was so smart. And that's another thing I wanted to put out there. If you're watching my videos, look at how he played that. You notice you don't have to be everywhere with a million different stocks. He focused on one stock and turned it into millions of dollars with one stock. So that just goes to show you too, you don't have to be so all over the place and so spread out. Somebody asked me, I went live before and asked me about NEO. And NEO is a company, I think it's a good company, right? And I think that the Chinese government is never going to let NEO fail. They're never going to allow it. PYRNF. Okay, they're never going to let NEO fail. It's just not going to happen. I think all 5 branches of the Chinese government are involved with NEO as an investor or donating money, something along those lines. So there's no way that the Chinese government's going to allow NEO to fail. I believe that. I believe there's money to be made. But the way I look at it is, why would I put money I put into NEO is money that I didn't put into Tesla. And why would I do that? I don't, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of why I don't own Square, or I don't own PayPal, because when I want to put money into a fintech stock, I'm going to put it into PayPal. I don't want to spread myself thin. Now, if you view Square better than you own, it's better than PayPal, then I would suggest you do the same thing, because money that you spread out like that, you're taking away from your conviction investments and your conviction trades. So, you want to be diverse in your portfolio to an extent, but you don't want to be too overextended, right? And too cute with owning too much different stuff. Yeah, Fotu is a broker backed by Tencent, 38% growing like crazy with huge margins. That's a good point. King Street Cafe and Bruno Mendez. Bruno, that's a good point. The growing margins is a key indicator when analyzing a stock. Make sure you check that out, especially with growth stocks. You want to check, price to sales, industry price to sales, right, is important as well. But increasing margins in a growing TAM, that criteria seems to be a pretty good criteria in at least getting a stock on your radar. Then I could start to do it. If I start spotting catalysts or growth drivers after that, that's when I can start feeling good about a stock or a trade. I just started my DD on ticker symbol CHEK. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one. I should be ready to come to make a video about it in the next few days, sometime this week, definitely. I really like that one. If you wanted to get a head start and start looking into it and start your DD, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I do like it. 41% EBITDA margins. Yeah, EBITDA margins, obviously it's an important metric, but with a growth stock, I kind of keep my eye on increasing margins. I don't necessarily get too cute. SSFT, which one is SSFT? I'm not familiar. Do I need to be paying taxes quarterly? I'm making good trades and now I'm worried about taxes. That's a good problem to have, though, isn't it? When you're worried about paying taxes, that's a great problem to have. It's better than, how am I going to pay my light bill, right? Or how am I going to get, the next meal on the table? So, you got to look at it that way. I don't pay my taxes quarterly. I'm a small business owner, and then I do this on the side. I guess in theory, this at some point will be my second business, and then hopefully one day my full-time business, because I love this. I love the stock market and I love interacting with it. So hopefully this thing can grow into something. Normally they're not profitable with these growths. Yes. Now here's another thing. You want a company to get profitable, but then I could use a company like Palantir as an example. That they would be profitable if they didn't spend so much money on research and development, right? But they're busy making more innovative products, and it's more long term down the line. If Palantir wanted to get profitable, in 3 years, could they? I don't know, but they could certainly get closer. They spend a lot of money developing these products, so I don't necessarily X a stock out just because they're not profitable. I did trade Palantir when it was $9. I have content on it. I did sell my position more recently because I saw better opportunities, and I felt like I got in at 9. I had call options, and it was up at 30 something. I was like, how much better am I going to do with this trade? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, well, but even so, I mean, I know they're going to have a big increase in revenue, Palantir, but I don't think they'll be profitable. I don't think they'll be profitable anytime soon. They look at their balance sheet. This much I know, they spend a lot of money on purpose on their research and development, And if you listen to Alex Karp, the company CEO, in some of his interviews. Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate it. Welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that like button too. That helps the channel. I'm going to be here for a little bit. I mean, I got nothing better to do, and I love talking about stocks. So, I appreciate you guys being in here. Tap that like button and subscribe for future content. I want to have an interactive channel where we can discuss ideas and strategies, and I want an audience to have access to me, so I could give my ideas, and then I could develop my ideas better, through that. And I can't stress this enough, guys. I am just a regular guy. I don't claim to be a guru. I don't even claim to let's see. There's like 12 of us in here or something like that. I'm probably not even the smartest person out of us 12. So, you know, it's investing, it's trying strategies, and then it's persistence. And those principles, I just read this book by Ray Dalio called Principles, and it's funny because, you know, I didn't know a book like that existed, and like I thought I was doing something groundbreaking. I was using like my personal growth and my personal principles, spiritual principles. You know, I was kind of connecting those to the stock market, like a little bit in my trading and my market psychology. And like, I thought I was onto like this revolutionary like break and like really onto something. But meanwhile, Ray Dalio has this brilliant book called Principles. And, you know, I just came across it and read it, and it's awesome and beautiful. But apparently I didn't reinvent the wheel, but, you know, my instincts were there, and that made me happy. Shaq merging with View, I'm not familiar. You know, another company I just talked about a couple of weeks ago on my channel was Impiction. I don't know if anybody in here, INPX, I made a video about 3 weeks ago about it. It was 102 a share. It's over $2 right now. Or it might have pulled back into 190, something like that. You should definitely take a look at that company's technology. It's won awards. It's technology that won awards. They're strengthening their balance sheet. And they have some really cool partnerships, and I could 100% see the government and government agencies having a whole lot of use for technology like that, as well as live sporting events, concerts, airports, anywhere where a lot of people gather, and then their workplace readiness solutions. You know, could be a steal. You know, it's speculative, sure, but it could be a steal. So I think that's about 3 or 4, maybe 5 videos ago. It's towards the top. It's Impiction, ticker symbol INPX. Check that video out and see if that's the type of stocks that you guys like. iBio, yes. I do know iBio. I have another video where I talked about leaps that I bought. I went through a couple months ago and found a bunch of penny stocks. And I mean, it was the luckiest thing that I ever did in my life. It was like Ideanomics was one of them, Genius, GNUS, iBio, Sundial, like a bunch of these companies that had any of the penny stocks that had options on it. I kind of just bought. You know, if I saw something like possible, not, unfortunately I didn't put a lot of money, but like if a call option was like $100, you know, I'd buy it. So I got a call option for GNUS for 2023, very cheap. That's in the money now already. IDEX, I have a call option that's in the money for 2023 already. And iBio is another one of them. I just used a strategy there. It was speculative stuff. I just took a shot for down the road. It was kind of like how I did that trade with Mara. I don't know how long you guys have been watching my content, but Mara was a stock. It was like $3, and it was like right around when ARK came out with Bad Ideas Report, and I wanted to make a play on Bitcoin, but I felt like Bitcoin was a little bit high. It was like 18,000. Now it's like 40. I wish I just played Bitcoin, but I talked about Mara and Riot, but I stayed away from Riot because I couldn't even find an investor presentation. I won't invest in a stock if they don't have investor presentation, or at least a nice website, you know, a nice clean website. You know, I don't know why. I live in an investor presentation for the company. So if you don't have one, I can't invest in you, you know. So Riot kind of fell by the wayside, and I fell into Mara and bought call options, leaps for 2023, and those are printing right now, absolutely printing. I haven't sold them yet. You know, I might watch SOS. It's stupid good. Yeah, you're another person. King Street Cafe, thank you for the suggestion. Ticker symbol SOS seems like it's coming up quite a bit. You know, you're like the 4th or 5th person who mentioned that stock. Shout out to my buddy Bryant. He always shouts me out on Twitter. He always is retweeting my stuff and helping support the channel to spread the word. TSMP then, yeah. TSMP is another one. A lot of people keep talking about that one too. I guess I got to look into that one. 1,000 shares on Friday of SOS, another one. Hey, guy. You know, if you guys are still watching, smash that like button. Hope you guys aren't bored. If you're bored, I'm going to sit around for a little while. You know, like I said, it's Saturday night, and I love the stock market. And you never know, so maybe something productive could come from this, right? You never know. All it takes is one person to, you know, to just that aha moment. And I love when that happens for me in the stock market. I was talking to one of my friends the other day about that. I was like, wow, man, I feel like I got a new weapon or a new tool, right? And I want to try it out. I'm like a little kid. Like, I got a new toy and I got to play with it. When I really started to connect the dots with some of these safety, up $1 already. I hope we see it in double digits. Wow, yeah, I hope so. How much does SOS cost right now? Let me take a look. Actually, where's my ticker symbol SOS? I keep hearing about it very, very often from a lot of people. Also, you know, I mentioned it earlier, and it seems like it's a different crowd now. Ticker symbol ZOM, Zomedica, another stock that we talked about way early on. Truforma is coming to market, commercialization on March 31st. The product was developed by Corvo. That led us that led me to believing that they had something early on, back in December when I found ticker symbol ZOM. And I saw that Corvo was developing Truforma for adrenal and thyroid problems for companion animals like canines and felines. I was like, wow, Corvo is a good company, man. I was like, there could be something here. So I started buying it. I started looking into it. And upon peeling back some of these layers, okay, they have 3 other assays that should be noted and talked about before you sell anything. I don't care how much it's up. You know, you can't 100x or 20x if you sell at 2x. You've got to know what you hold. Truforma's pipeline is impressive. They have canine and feline. They have a drug coming out for gastro problems. Okay, but they also have a canine liquid cancer drug. Okay, that's being developed by a company called Celsi, which is a subsidiary of Biorad. And if you look into Biorad, you should be feeling pretty good. They're one of the bigger or biggest biotech companies there is. So that's got to make you feel pretty good as an investor. I've used this strategy in the past to identify penny stocks that have good products by saying these partnerships with bigger companies that are good is an indicator that the product is good. And where the good product is not hard to sell, that could be future sales, a projection of future sales. We use that. Yeah, I love that stock too. That's why I'm promoting. Don't sell until we get to market. They got an earnings call on February 24th. They're going to probably announce their pre-sales. What if they announce pre-sales through the roof and you sold at $1, or you bought at $1, sold at $2? We bought at 20 cents. I'm still holding it. I'm still screaming. Don't sell your shares until April, until May, until you know what's going on with Truforma and some of these other products. That's what I really can't wait for, is the data and the trials, the number to be released on the trials for their second assay. We're going to get that this year. In 2021, they're going to tell us how they're coming along with the other drugs. And if that's positive, you are going to be kicking yourself for selling this stock at $1 or $2 or even $3. Because if that data goes good and these Truforma sales go the way I think they're going to go, this is going to be a $10 stock. And I normally try not to put price targets on because, I don't know, it's just a guess. But that's a huge market and growing. And the more assays they have, that's more revenue. That means the market's growing and growing more and more. And we're already looking at a $10 billion companion animal market by 2024. The pandemic really showed that this could act something like Chewy, how Chewy act. If you're not familiar with the company Chewy, that was way down, $50, $60 a share. The pandemic struck, big boom for pets, big boom in e-commerce, and now we're looking at $110 stock. Really exciting stuff. I don't know, this will be $110, but I certainly see more value. Possibly still 5 to 10x? Maybe. But I need more answers before I sell. I really do. And that's the kind of thought process I hope you guys are having as well. Oh, excuse me. Knowing the difference between like a pump and dump, or a pump, you know, and something, a growth stock that's growing, you know. So, you know, that's the kind of stuff, you know, that I want to be able to identify and help out with. And, you know, and have this interactive channel where we discuss it together. SFET has a $50 million market cap and is partnering with Accenture. That's exactly the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Thank you very much, Bruno. I really appreciate that. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. That same strategy, that same philosophy, and that's what you just said is how it helped me build my conviction on FRSX, and it helped me build my conviction on ticker symbol ZOM. And it was the fact that they had such a small market cap, but their partnerships were with giants, right, and big time companies. And it's still speculative, right? Like, just because they have a partnership with Accenture doesn't mean that it's going to go to the moon, but it's definitely an indicator that it's a good product. And good products seem to sell, right? Like, so that's really ultimately what we need at the end of the day is sales and revenue, and we're projecting that, right? So we're trying to pick winners for down the road, you know, and that's a reason too why I'm so fascinated with urban air mobility and ticker symbol EXPC and ticker symbol ACIC and ticker symbol EH, I believe is the other one, is the fact that. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Hey, guy, and yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, I know I get pumped, man. I got a lot of passion for this stuff. I feel it in my gut. I can do this day and night, all day. I never get bored of reading about stocks and researching about stocks. I want to be better. I want to be good. I want to get good at this. And I want to manage risk through information and research. If you guys been watching this channel at all, I don't know, California or whatever this is, I don't know who's a reader. I believe readers are leaders. Right here, the Personal MBA by Josh Kaufman. If you're a small business owner, or you just want to understand how businesses run a little better, yeah, no kidding, man. EH is on fire. This is a great read. The Personal MB. You know, and I believe through, you know, reading and understanding, you know, you get a better grasp of this stuff, right? Understanding that separate the stocks from the business. When you buy a stock, you know, put in your head that I'm buying this business. So you want to understand the business, right? You want to at least take a look at their balance sheet. And we don't, at least I don't see a lot of that like going on in content creating. One of the reasons, you know, so the guys that I like and watch do understand that stuff. So without understanding a balance sheet at least a little bit, it gets very difficult. And I got a feeling like if the market turns bear, it's going to be even, you know, a little more difficult. So start familiarizing yourself with that. There's another book by Mary Buffett. She wrote like how to analyze or how to read a balance sheet like Warren Buffett. It's very simple. It breaks it down very easily. It'll give you a pretty good understanding. Yeah, no. Yeah, EH won't stop. EH is on fire, man, and that's urban air mobility, right? A Blade is my favorite. Now I don't know the difference, or I don't know what each one's niche is or what each one's moat is. But as of now, what I see for Blade, which is ticker symbol EXPC, is they're an asset-light business model, so they have very high margins, right? And that's the key. That's how you win over a long period of time. In the short term, anything could happen. You can't really gauge accurately or predict. But over a long period of time, the cream will rise to the top, and so an efficient business, asset light, you know, is going to be in good shape, especially because they're hedged. They're not like in the middle of all the electric vertical and takeoff. That's the eVTOL or whatever you want to call it. The electric vertical landing and takeoff and landing technology is a win for Blade. They win no matter who gets there first, who gets there last, who gets there. Matter of fact, the more they get there, the better off that company will be. You got Gilt at $8. Wow, man. Good for you. I like that stock a lot. I just happened to get into it a little bit late. I overlooked the ARK Invest ETF Israeli portfolio completely. I was late to that party. As a matter of fact, maybe I wasn't late because not even a lot of people are really on it. But that ETF has a lot of cool companies in it, man, and a lot of low market cap. So that tells me that there's going to be some huge runners in there. If you get some free time, take a look at. Do you swing trade TQQQ? No, I don't swing trade like the market like that. TQQ is a S&P stock, right? No, I don't trade like that, or I haven't recently. That's not to say that I won't or I'm not open to it. How have you been swing trading it exactly? Let's start there. If you got a strategy that's been working, I'd love to hear it. CRNT, but it hasn't popped yet. What do you think it may run? I do think it's going to run at some point. They just had their earnings calls. It was a little bit underwhelming, right? They had their earnings last week, I believe. 3x leverage ETF of the NASDAQ. Yeah, 3x leverage. Exactly. And what do you buy? You buy shares of it, or you swing trade covered calls? Do I know I have one connection common with CF? No, I don't know. Who is it? It's a 3x leveraged ETF on the NASDAQ. Yeah, I don't. But you know what, man? I'm not gonna lie to you too. NASDAQ scares me right now. I don't know that. It might sound like a pessimistic point of view, or you might hate me because your name doesn't look familiar, so I don't know what you know me. But if anything, I might sell some puts against NASDAQ. If anything, nah. I'm only kidding. Nicholas Rouse. Oh, the ARK Invest analyst. That's who that is, right? Nicholas Grouse. That's the ARK Invest analyst, I believe. Yeah, I think I'm connected with him on LinkedIn as well. He's a very good analyst. That kid. I called him the kid. I'm sorry. I have no disrespect. He's a very good analyst. He's a young guy. Very smart, very bright. He has a real good understanding on streaming, OTT, videos, and content. He's very bright, that guy. Yeah, he's an ARK analyst, Nick Rouse, exactly. CRNT. Sorry, I didn't mean to get cut off on that or lose my train of thought. CRNT is a stock that their earnings just passed, right? Their earnings just passed, but it was a little bit underwhelming. But I do believe. I think that they're a partner, or they have some kind of deal with T-Mobile. And T-Mobile, I keep seeing these commercials on TV that they're claiming that they're the best 5G thing. Before I held on or got involved with CRNT, I would have to check into that. I would have to see why their sales or their earnings report was underwhelming, because apparently that was the supposed to be takeoff. 50 million market cap CEO connected with ARK analyst. The ARK analyst though, I'm connected with Nick Grouse on LinkedIn as well. He's a connection of mine, so that could tell you I don't know him. I've never spoken to him aside from maybe like once or twice on a common thread. So that doesn't mean that they know each other, So keep that in mind. But that's good. That's the kind of stuff that's very speculative and could lead to something. But if I was investing that way with that kind of trade, I would be very careful with the amount of money that I risked, because I have to look into it. Yeah, that's first and foremost. What was the ticker again? SFET, huh? SFET. I'm definitely going to look into that one in SOS. They're at the top of my list, and also ticker symbol CHEK as well. Don't say that. $50 million market cap. You never know, man. ARK was buying, let's see, 360. That's divided by 500 million. They were buying Aqua Bounty a little over 100 million. So you never know. You know, and they're still buying Aqua Bounty. Which, by the way, if you're not an Aqua Bounty investor, I have a playlist on my channel. I really think that you should watch that. That's a company too. If you're into growth investing, I don't know how that's not in your portfolio. Only in Israel, yeah, maybe. But this is interesting. I got started and I got sidetracked. The ARK Invest Israeli ETF is loaded with companies that have like 500 million market cap, 300 million market cap. There's even one with like 250 million market cap. So they've invested in some essentially startups at this point. So they are speculative. There's probably going to be some losers in there, but there's also going to be some 10x, 20x, 30x stocks in that ARK Invest ETF. You know, I started skimming through it and working through it to see if I could find something. I really like ticker symbol GILT. I was late. I feel like I missed it now. Well, I probably didn't, not missed it, but I would have liked to get in a little bit lower. CRNT is interesting. It's a 5G play, right? That one could be interesting. That could be one. There's an educational one in that ETF too. I think it's ticker symbol ONE. I don't know if anybody is familiar with that stock, but that's in the ARK Invest Israeli ETF and an education play. They're kind of under the radar right now. CRTD is new to NASDAQ last year. Has been growing like crazy. I like to continue to grow in price. Interesting company. Check it out. CRTD. Excellent. Dario Health is a new holding on Israel. They got a lot of people coming from Livongo. Richard Cho is on Twitter and a mega bullish on the company. Guild also pays a 9% dividend. Wow. You know how I feel about growth stocks, though, and this might be a little bit controversial. You might not like to hear this. When a company starts paying dividends, what they're telling the investors is, you know what to do with the money better than we do. And as a growth investor, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You should know what to do with the money to get me a better return, if that makes any sense. So, that's just one way to look at it, right? That's working capital that they could be using and putting to good use. I mean, they're trying to get to space to put satellites up. I mean, why are they paying a dividend? You know what I mean? I don't like that. And I know that's probably not the popular opinion. I'm just saying that's just how I would look at that. Created is interesting. Yes, exactly. Dividends only for rights, exactly. In real estate, that kind of stuff, exactly. And they increased it. That's what I mean. And then that's not a bad thing. Like Coca-Cola pays a dividend, right? And they're a great dividend stock. And there's a lot of great dividend stocks. But that's what they're saying when they're giving dividends back to the investors. They're telling the public, you know what to do with the money better than we do. So how are you growing? Unless they have that much money. I mean, I'd have to look at their balance sheet, I guess, before I definitively said that. But it's usually not an indicator for a growth stock for me. Again, I'm a growth investor, right? Like, I'm not a wealthy guy. I don't have $1 billion to invest. 5% return is just not going to cut it for me, right? So I have to take some chances. And that's, I don't know if that's how you guys look at it. But if you're trying to attain wealth within the stock market, you can't invest like Warren Buffett. You can't do it. You can't do it because he thinks 2% is good. And he's smart as hell. And I'm sure he could do way better if he wanted to. But he knows I just need to invest enough money that 2% is good, 5% is good. So it's like, that's not that's not the kind of investor. I'm a middle class guy. I work in the middle class. I'm a small business owner. I'm essentially one paycheck. I have, I'm okay, but not. 2% is not going to change my life at all. I need to invest in speculative stocks. I need to invest in growth stocks. I need to find some growth stocks that are going to be big in the future. And that's how I invest. I invest for the future. I invest for how I see the world 5, possibly 10 years from now. That's right, exactly. Silverhawk. That's a great point, and that's kind of what I was getting at. Right. That's exactly right. If you don't have a lot of money, even 10% is like it's just not a good enough return. So you do have to take some chances, and you do have to be speculative. And I'm okay with that, because if you could find growth drivers or companies early on, I've seen a lot of YouTubers do it. I've done it myself. I've gotten to places much, much earlier than the market has. I mean, just take a look at my channel. Take a look at a lot of people's channels. Some of these YouTube guys and content creators have gotten, and women have gotten there faster than the markets have, or the institution has. So it's not impossible, and that's kind of the goal, you know. But with that being said, my portfolio is not full of just like YOLO trades, right? Like, so you want to have a nice balance between YOLO trades and good sound investments, right? That's kind of my goal. Investor presentations, creators, incredible, and app reviews, incredible, good, 40 million market cap. What company was that, Bruno? If you could just go over that one more time. I might have missed which one you were talking about. Unless are you still talking about TTQ, high growth, for undervalued, boomer dividend stocks that only go up 30%. Exactly. Silverhawk, thank you very much. If you guys are still watching, smash that like button. Subscribe for future content. We're rolling. We're still having fun. I mean, I don't know. Are you guys getting bored? Do you want me to stick around for a little longer? Or you guys got stuff to do? Thank you very much, Sammy. I really appreciate the kind words. That's very nice of you. You know, it's another company that is growing like crazy, debt-free, and expects a 400 growth in 2021 alone. The fastest money, you have to look into micro caps and nano cap stocks. That's right. You know, in Silverhawk. Let me just touch on that briefly. I use my FinViz scanner nightly to just identify bullish trends. You know, I look for the golden cross, or I look for bullish patterns or bullish indicators. Okay. You know, I make a list of the stocks, and then I start to go through them. Interesting stocks. If I like this sector and I can identify a catalyst, I will begin to trade that stock. But you know, it has to be a pretty clear growth driver, a pretty clear catalyst that I could see. You know, so you know, that's how I do it, and that's also true. Dilution, when you get involved with micro cap and nano cap stocks, be aware that these companies have to raise capital. Public offerings, they're on the table. Shelf offerings are on the table. Everything's on the table. These companies need to raise money. That's why they're penny stocks, right? So, you know, you got to be patient. Patience is huge. Patience is very big. How do you feel about the stock compensation on a really small company? But even if they don't raise capital. Yeah, right. Well, right. But dilution's always on the table. When you get involved in a company, and why wouldn't they? Look at this market, too. Look at this bull market, by the way. Look at Nano. How many offerings did Nano Dimensions make over the last couple of months? I mean, it was somewhere a shelf offering, and they were direct, so it wasn't like they issued more shares. But they did issue more shares 2 different times over the last year. They got bought up like nothing. Every shelf offering, bought up, boom, boom, boom. So why not? Same thing with Aqua Bounty. I mean, you know, they had one red day, and then they recovered. Right now, it's a bull market. Issue those shares. If I'm a long-term investor, I'm rooting for my company right now to if I'm a long-term growth investor, and I got my like FRSX, AQB, NNDM, you know, ZOM, those kind of stocks, those growth stocks that I believe in, you know, for the next at least year or two. I'm happy that when I see them dilute the shares, raise your money. I know what I have. I know those are good companies, are pretty good companies, you know. But mega stock compensation to management, dilution every year to management. Yeah, that I don't like, and I can agree with you. You know, that would turn me off. But that's why I mean, you only take trades that fit your criteria. I only take trades that fit my criteria. One thing, I got to move on. I have to. I think what's the kid saying? This kid on YouTube. He's funny. He's a funny guy too. They trade like a spoiled brat, he says, right? And it's true. It's a good saying. Trade like a spoiled brat. If you don't get what you want, take your ball and go home, and we'll get on the next one. What was the balance sheet book author you talked about again? It was Mary Buffett. Mary Buffett is Warren Buffett's wife. She wrote a few books with a co-author. It's How to Read a Balance Sheet Like Warren Buffett. Great book, great read. I read it a couple years ago, and that's how I learned how to read a balance sheet myself. A little bit more since then, but that's how I got started. Patience is key. That's right. Best thing I heard. Patience is key. Warren Buffett, speaking of Warren Buffett, has a great, absolutely fantastic a quote that goes, the stock market is a vehicle, the stock market is a transfer of wealth from the inpatient to the patient. Boom. Bang. Right? Like that's like a light bulb, and if that doesn't tell you something, trying to get rich quick is going to hurt more than it helps, and especially right now, I fear that we're in such a bull market that people are getting kind of desensitized, that they're just expecting, like, stocks normally don't behave this way. Flying every day, flying left and 100%, 500%, 300%. That's not normal behavior, So really be careful picking up some of these bad habits. This will not last that long, that's for sure. But I'm all about it, though. Get the bag while you can. While it's here, take advantage. I've been. What quote is that? The patience one? Boxlight, Castor Marine Time, or Tattooed Chef as a company would be interesting too to hear your thoughts on any of those. Yes, I'm actually familiar with all those stocks. I actually have content or covered, or at least mentioned, all three of those stocks at some point on my channel. Tattooed Chef, I've talked about it quite a few times. I have 2 videos dedicated solely to them, where I go through their investor presentation. Tattooed Chef is in a fantastic position. If you go into their investor presentation, just look at the grocers and then tell me how they're not going to succeed. I mean, they're already in Trader Joe's, Costco, Walmart, 50% of Walmart's, Targets. They're doing private labels for places. This is the worst it's ever going to be. In my opinion, sales are going up. They're growing crazy, growing TAM. If you're a growth investor, you should probably own Tattooed Chef, especially in 2021. And ticker symbol CTRM, Castor Marine Time. I was trading that stock. I owned it. Now I don't own it anymore. It's not that I don't see value long term. I got into it at a time, just recently, a couple of months ago. I saw a catalyst. I got what I was looking for, and I moved on. I didn't dedicate a lot of time to look into it, so I don't know that much. And Boxlight is a company that I see a bright future for. I mentioned at an ARK Invest Israel fund, a company called ONE, ticker symbol ONE, as an education play. Boxlight is a similar company to that. I know people would be under the impression that Boxlight would be soaring in the pandemic because schools are closed, but a company like Boxlight's actually going to do better when schools are open. Drones with the AI that could tell your temperature, blood pressure, BMI, and blood oxygen saturation. Andrew Card is on the board of directors. Wow, that sounds very DFLYF. Okay, Dragonfly drones. Dragonfly. Wow. Okay. Well, I am a workhorse bull. I've talked about it a few times on the channel. Both times I talked about it though were when nobody else, like it was when they died down a little bit. When the hype died down, I believe getting into them. And in those videos, I discussed what's it called? The Horsefly, I think is the name of their drone. But you don't know how valuable workhorse is until those drones are unleashed. And they're at least 18 months or probably 15 months now away from regulatory approval. And again, throughout this video, I don't know how long each person's been watching, but I discussed how drones and urban air mobility are going to disrupt package handling and really drive the cost of package delivery down, which will really boost e-commerce sales. That's my expectations. So I do like those drone companies. I like UAVS. I like Workhorse. I like a lot of this stuff. I combine technical, fundamental, and macro analysis to get best trades. For example, cannabis will be legalized soon, so I've been looking at the top of cannabis stocks and software as a service stocks that deal with it. Do you own Pure Storage? If you don't own Pure Storage, you need to. At least watch my videos. I have 5 videos in my playlist on the channel. Ticker symbol PSTG. Best software as a service. They're going to be they're getting into storage as a service. And their subscription-based model is very exciting. Ticker symbol PSTG. I can't shout that out enough. Watch those videos on my channel. What do you think about NXTD for a Bitcoin play? NXTD for a Bitcoin play. I'm not familiar. Thanks for the feedback. I went in for a long one after watching your video. Thank you. Yes, the PSTG bull. Sammy, I think that was going to pay off. I think by the end of the year, people are going to be like, wait a minute, this stock was under $30 just a few months ago. I think this thing's getting ready to go. I really do. I think that after their next earnings, people are going to be really excited. Had plug at 9 and sold at 24. Nice trade. Hey, guy. Why not, right? It's still speculative. They still got a lot of infrastructure to lay out. That's no guarantee that that's going to stay that high. Hey, guys. Yep. Oof. Don't sell early. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's hard. It's so hard to make that call in the moment, right? And as long as you get what you want and what your goals were for the trade, I know it's at 60, but as long as you get what you want, you can't worry about what somebody else makes on the trade or where it goes. After you get, that's why, all right, let me propose this. You come up with your thesis or your strategy, and then you should have an idea of your marks, right? Before you get in the trade, right? Like, okay, let me use EXPC as an example right now, okay? It's trending up a little bit. And I've been looking into it. I could talk about it a little bit now. Yeah. Okay, so EXPC, right? It's been trending up a little bit. It's up at like $18, $19 right now. Let's say for me, right? I go, you know what? I think a fair value is today around $17.50, let's say. All right, so I would, before I even get in that trade, I would set my buy order for 17 for my price. And once the order was filled, beforehand, I would already know if this was a trade, I'm saying. If it wasn't a long-term investment, if it was a trade, I would say, okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is why. You come up with a realistic number, $30, $25 by this date. I would have to spot the catalyst. And when I hit my mark, I'm out. And then you move on. You don't second guess yourself. You don't beat yourself up. Oh, it's so too early. I did this, I did that. You keep notes. The mistakes you make. I discussed that a little bit earlier in the video. I lost a lot of money making mistakes and adapting my craft, adapting my strategy, adapting my philosophy on the stock market. It only came through trial and error, and I took notes the whole time. I have notebooks full. I know I'm a nut, but that's how I did it. And different strategies, each trade different. Constantly, I'm always trying stuff out. CHEK, yes. No. You're saying check, Dragonfly. I was saying CHEK. It was one that I was looking at. I thought that's what you were saying, Bruno. If you guys are still watching, smash that like button. Subscribe for future content. Tell a friend. Tell a friend that send somebody this way. I really want to grow this channel. I really want to grow this audience, especially interactively. I want to have an interactive audience where maybe we know each other. Maybe we could be share ideas back and forth. I want an interactive channel. So I hope you guys want to be a part of that. Spread the word. Tell a family member. Tell a coworker. Tell a friend. Tell somebody who's not investing yet. I want to get people involved. My message is clear. GSAT. Yeah, I like that one too. That one had a good week. I actually own some call options for December 17th. Actually, look at that right now. I own call options for December 17th. $2 with a $2 strike price. So I'm pretty excited about that one. I'm already in the money with the way the week it had last week. I'm not really sure what to expect because that one was kind of like, I'm over here bashing these YOLO trades left and right, but meanwhile, I got a bunch of them too, right? But again, take advantage of it while it lasts. Take advantage of it while the party goes on. But, when it's gone, I'll adapt and adjust. And that's basically the gist of it. I'll adjust and adapt as time goes on and what the market presents. Okay, I'm holding the XPC at $14, 900 shares. What price are you thinking on it is in 6 months? I'm holding long. Okay, if you're in long, I have a video about that company on my channel. You should check that out. It's not the deepest dive in the world, but it'll give you, it goes through the investor presentation. I am a little bit more knowledgeable about the company today than I was at that point. I'm going to be making a video pretty soon about it, so stay tuned for it. In 6 months, I would be surprised if that stock was under $30. I would be totally surprised. I view EXPC as Uber of this, guys. I really do. Asset light platform. Asset light, high margins in a growing industry. Electric vertical takeoff and landing is going to be huge, guys. It's going to be huge. OZOP. I don't know what that is. I wish I did. I really do. OZOP. Hey guys, another thing I wanted to discuss as well. Again, I keep saying I want to have an interactive channel, and I want your feedback, and I want you guys to be involved. When you suggest a stock in the future, today or in the future, just drop like 1 or 2 lines to what attracts you to that stock. Like, what are you attracted about to that stock? I'm open about what I'm looking for. Oh, thank you, hey guy. I appreciate that. The things that I'm attracted to is, again, I'm looking for a growing TAM, which is a total addressable market. Okay, so I'm looking for a company with an emerging market that's growing. I'm looking for a company that's increasing margins. I'm looking for a company with a relatively lower ratio. Like if they're trading at price to sales, a lower ratio than its competitors. So for example, if it's in an industry that companies are trading like 6x price to sales, looking for a company at the time that's maybe trading 2x price to sales, getting in a little bit early, things of that nature. So it could be any of those things. So if you want me to look into a stock, I think you could get me started by letting me know what you're attracted to, like what attracts you to it. What do you like about it? Why do you think it's going up? Any thoughts on OZOP? I don't know that one. Plug, I know Plug's at 60, man. Plug is one of those ones too. I was looking at that one for so long, and I just never pulled the trigger, and I don't know why. I forget. Charge Point was another one that I kind of regret never pulling the trigger on. But again, I just talked about the guy, a Zip Trader. This is trade like a spoiled brat. He tells you, hit that ravishing like that guy, and he talks like that, and he's right about trade like a spoiled brat. If something, okay, do you have any nice battery production or lithium producer stocks? I think the demand will get insane since all car producers will go that way probably. I absolutely agree. 100%. Livian, what's that ticker sheet? Somebody that I know pretty well. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, somebody that I know pretty well. Now, okay, this is not this is not from my research, but somebody that I know pretty well and respect, and very smart guy. The stock, lithium stock, is LTHM. That's his battery play. I don't have a battery play yet. I'm waiting for Chamath. The way Chamath has been tweeting, IPOD. I'm expecting IPOF to be an energy storage software play. Okay, and then I'm expecting IPOD to be the battery play. He's been tweeting about that. He talked about it on the Besties podcast. a few times. He's involved in this battery project, or he's involved in the tweet actually read something like lithium batteries or lithium 65% from China. They got a stranglehold, and he wants to take some of it back. So he started prepping us for that. I'm expecting that to be IPOD, which I think is going to come after IPOF. But I expect IPOF to be, yes. Hey Abel, how you doing? Welcome. Please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Interested. Hope you make a post about it in the future. Yes, definitely. IPOF. Shamath Papatia is a guy I talk about all the time on the channel. All you gotta do is, if you just scroll through the thumbnails, you see how much we talk about him. MP Materials, Open Door, Desktop. Talked about them all. Slack, SoFi, and now IPOF and IPOD. My guess, my projection, and this is speculative. This is just because I follow him on Twitter and I'm guessing, and we're just chatting, and there's no evidence, there's nothing. This is just my opinion. I think IPOF is going to be an energy storage software company, play against climate change, and then I expect IPOD to be a lithium and battery play. WWR is a great battery and lithium play. It ripped earlier this week and calmed down. Don't they have earnings? I think they have earnings on Tuesday. WWR. I own that stock, or I shouldn't say I owned it. I traded that stock more recently. ABML is building a huge lithium recycling facility 20 miles away from Nevada Tesla. Wow, yeah, they go move next to Tesla. Why not? The connection. Yeah, but how is that going to help? Tesla has the Panasonic deal. That's not going to help them too much, is it? You should look at GHVI. Matterpoint could be the next Adobe, and DocuSign Motley Fool article says it's the best SPAC. Very good. I see. That's exactly the kind of stuff I'm looking for. GHVI. I'm going to put that down right now, and that's on the list. SOS is another one I'm going to be looking into. So definitely keep that in the back of your head. I'll be talking about those stocks very, very soon. Oh, Gord. Wow, that's still. I am familiar with this company, GHVI. I think I did look into it before. Let me ask you, this merger has got to be going through pretty soon, right? I feel like this has been a SPAC for a little bit now, right? What about nickel over lithium? You guys are making me think of ticker symbol VALE is another one. I don't know. Are you familiar with that one? It's a Brazilian company. Ticker symbol VALE. Andrew Card is a part of Helion as well. Old Money is maneuvering behind the scenes. Wikipedia. Him, if you don't know who he is the guy that whispered in George Bush's ear on 9/11. Okay, yeah, Andrew Card. I've heard of Andrew Card. I always discuss on this channel, okay? And I don't know, I hope everybody's doing the same thing. That's right, Arc Daily. I love Arc too. I love that. You named your channel Arc Daily. I love it. Do you make content, Arc Daily? The channel named Arc Daily? Do you make content? Yeah, but yeah, Elon needs nickel, not lithium, because of Panasonic. They still need lithium. Other companies still need lithium. Okay, another thing. Let me throw this out there while we got a little bit of an audience. I want to talk about the EV situation, the EV startup situation. This is what I want you to consider. Tesla's been around for 20 years, right? 17 years they've been doing it. Having a prototype is totally different than manufacturing a car. We all know that, I hope. You're looking at a prototype. We're looking at like Nikola, the Nikola Badger, right? A lot of stuff never gets to product. They don't always figure out how to manufacture it efficiently. They don't always figure out how to make the batteries cheaply, and most of them don't have, the charging infrastructure yet, right? So they're gonna have to wait for a lot of infrastructure to be built. You need to look at the partnerships, or how are they getting their batteries. You also need to be looking at, the manufacturing end. Of all the EV companies so far, besides Tesla and NIO, let's say, Lucid Motors does look like it's probably the third, and Rivian, those two. All the other EVs, I am not so sure about. They got a long way to go, man. They got a long way to go. Australia has tons. Sub to Arc Daily Now. There you go. All right. Man. I don't know if Arc Daily Now makes content. I was asking him. He never answered. Did he answer? Or did he hear? Yes. Okay, great. Okay, great. Yeah. Arc, there's somebody in the comments right now. Arc Daily. Why not? Why not? I'll subscribe to the channel. I'm a big fan of Kathy Wood. Also, let me throw this out there. On ARK Invest website, you could subscribe to all their research letters, updates, some really in-depth analysis, and then their trade desk as well. You could be informed of their daily trades, what they're getting in and out of. I mean, come on. What are we waiting for? Kathy Wood is the GOAT. She's going to be better than Warren Buffett. We've never seen an investor like this before. In the history of the world, we're not, when it's all said and done, Kathy Wood will never seen anything like it before. That's my prediction. So why wouldn't I subscribe to every piece of content and material that I could and just cram it in my brain? Because, you know, that's, you know, like attracts like, right? And that's the kind of stuff that I want to do. So I try to surround myself with it. So I try to stay informed by doing that. I want to throw that out there. There's also 2 websites that I use. It's called Kathy's Arc. I hope I'm saying this right. It's Kathy's Arc, and then there's Lucid Tracking is the other one. They basically cover ARK Invest day-to-day trades. Really good stuff. Shout out to both of those websites. On videos of 5 minutes. Daily ARK. If you need to check opinion of ARK at a specific point, you can check my channel. I get all webinars, ARK research, and all the other you get them by the company? The company sends them to you? I normally do it myself. I decided to publish. All right, I don't know if I'm reading that right. Okay. Oh, well, can you clarify? Are you affiliated? No, you're not affiliated with ARK, right? Maya Parker, the teen investor. Welcome back. Maya Parker's another a teen investor. She just dropped a comment. You guys should run over and check her out too. She's doing a lot of good work. You know, I appreciate her work. Not just for a teen, for just an investor, smart kid. You know, and I also want to be a person that supports this. These young people, there's a bunch of young people out there making content and making some smart moves, man. And, you know, I want to encourage a path like that. You know, you get on a path that early, 12 years old, to be a billionaire is not out of the realm of possibility. So Maya, I support what you're doing. There's another young man out there named Zachary. He's the young investor. He's another kid I want to support. Shout him out if you're watching this. Go over and subscribe to his channel as well. Yeah, both those kids make really good content. And who doesn't want to promote young people getting involved in this? Like that's like a dream to me. The whole vision for my channel is to get new investors. This is for everybody, especially the underdog, especially the middle class, especially if you're in poverty. You know, the stock market is the vehicle to level the playing field. We do that with information and research. So I'm going to promote and I'm going to encourage and I'm going to support when I see young people on this path. You know, so, you know, I want to put it out there for you guys to do the same thing. You know, well, there's her right above you. Hey, guy, Maya, the teen investor. Make sure you subscribe to her channel, you know, and Sean, that's me. I don't know what, I'm not sure what you mean. You know, smash that like button, guys. Subscribe for future content. Drop a comment. Let me know what stocks you want to talk about, what you want to hear possibly in the future. You know, I appreciate you guys spending your Saturday night with me. I'm still going to stick around for a little while. You know, if you guys are bored, I understand. You know, we've been here for an hour and a half. You know, I'm having a great time, though. You know, I'm going to stick around for a little bit if you guys are. Thank you very much. New Jersey. Jersey in the house. What else do we got? Anybody? What else you guys want to talk about, or what else are you guys looking at? Tell me what else are you guys trading? Let me get some growth stocks. Let me know. I want to talk about some growth stocks. You know, I know the ones that I know, but I want to know what you guys are doing. What are you guys doing? I know Maya was talking about ticker symbol CURI earlier. Does anybody own that stock? Is that something? XXII, it's a weed play. I like that. I love the cannabis sector right now. Cannabis sector is on fire. Thoughts for Tuesday, huh? Ooh, it's hard to just pinpoint one day. I don't know. I don't know, Sean. I'm not sure exactly what I mean. No, that's me too. That's what you mean. That's for everyone. That's what I'm saying. The stock market is for us to get out of that, and we do that with research. And we do that by drawing new investors in, right? Like we do that not by, this isn't a lottery. Like we're not buying lottery. We're not buying a stock and we hope it goes up. We use research. We look into catalysts and growth drivers and moats and use information to spot some of this stuff early. I'm middle class. I'm not a wealthy guy. You know what I mean? I was just talking about how I don't have $1 billion. 2% is not going to cut it for me. 5% is not going to cut it for me. For outsized returns, I have to hunt down some of these speculative plays. I want this to be kind of generational. I want to be an influence on my son, on my nephews, on the people younger than me. I want them to see, wait a minute, that guy before wasn't doing that. Now he's doing that. Now look at him, right? And kind of follow that trend. One company go for it, Pure Storage. Pure Storage, ticker symbol PSTG. If I had to pick one stock to bet on the biggest gains. I felt that way about Tesla. I rode Tesla really hard in 2019. Like at the end of 2000, I rode it really hard. I felt really good about that. But right now, I think Pure Storage can 20x. I don't know that Tesla can still 20x. EXPC, yeah. Yeah, because I really expect January 2023 calls for Pure Storage. Those are very attractive to me. I think by 2023, I think this stock is going to be like $100 or more. On my Twitter feed just the other day, and I'm going to retweet it after this live feed so you guys can take a look at it. It's the market sentiment surrounding Pure Storage based on surveys. We're looking at an industry with a 10% adoption of Pure Storage, and 64% of their customers are saying that they're going to spend 6% or better this year. 64%. That's some of the best customer retention I've ever heard in my life. Oh yeah, that's some conviction, man. I'm telling you. I have a playlist, Amsterfly. I have a playlist on my channel. It consists of 5 videos. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you should watch all 5 videos. You have to watch all 5 videos, but at least watch my last 2. I'm proud of those. I think you could have a pretty good idea of what's going on with Pure Storage and paint a pretty good picture of what the company is and what to expect. In my last at least 2 videos, if you really wanted to do a deep dive, you can look into all of them. But my last 2, I'm really proud of. Almost, not yet. Those watch hours are tough, man. I was at 3,200 watch hours this morning, so I needed 800 more hours. So hopefully this helps. I don't know. I don't even know if this counts or if this helps. But if not soon, should be soon, in another couple of weeks. Somebody brought up Sammy. That's a great stock. Ticker symbol TRIT. I talked about that stock when it was trading at NFIN pre-merger. Okay, it's in the blockchain. It's, where do I put this? What is it? It's like commodity financing, like international financing. So think of companies that trade commodities internationally, right? The currencies have to get transferred from yen to dollar to pound to this, if you're trading with that country, right? If you're trading your commodity to that country. Triteris is going to serve a market. They say that 60% of the market is completely neglected by big banks. So a lot of the mid-tier and low-tier companies are neglected completely. They can't get the loan. They can't do much. Triteris, ticker symbol TRIT, and I know they've been attacked by shorts. I know they've been attacked by short reports. I know it's controversial. I know it's speculative, but I see a lot of value in that, especially because if you look at their technology, it's award-winning. Both their platforms are very intriguing. The business model is a little bit hard to understand, but I definitely think there's value there at under $10 a share. They do, yeah, I understand. They seem shady. They do. And they're not as transparent as I would like. I can't get a full understanding. But the fact that in 2019, I want to say, this company CEO was like named Innovator of the Year. The company won like Technology of the Year, like just recently as well. Makes me think the product is pretty good. I don't know. He was named Innovator of the Year. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean he's a good guy. I mean, I would I guess I would look into some interviews and look into some of his past actions to see. TSMP, I can't wait to look into it, man. I really can't. TSMP. Let me make sure. Just the way I just don't even, definitely never forget it. TSMP. Very nice. All right, it's on the list. Yeah, and I can't wait to watch it. If you just got here, smash that like button. Subscribe for future content. Let's talk stocks in the comment section. That's usually what I say. But we got the live chat going. I'm having a good time. Is everybody still in this? Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Sammy, ticker symbol AYRO. I really like that one too. I talked about that one a little bit a couple of months ago. HMBL. Okay, definitely going to look into that. HMBL. Okay, excellent. Yes, NFIN. What did I say? I don't know what I said. NFIN. I thought, yeah, that one. That's what I meant. If I didn't say that, I apologize. And I agree. I'm also Amsterfly. I'm definitely too. I don't have money in there. I was just exploring the idea of it being interesting. I definitely am going to keep an eye on the earnings too. I want to know more. I don't know how much validity was in that short report. I definitely need to know more. I definitely want to know more. And this earnings is a good indicator. So definitely a good point. Does FRXX have a 2-year head start? When you say does FRSX have a 2-year head start as far as what, like over LiDAR, do you mean? Because FRSX technology is not the LiDAR. So what do you mean? What exactly do you mean? A 2-year head start over what exactly? My thing with FRSX is, this is the way I evaluate that company. This is the way I look at it. Okay. QuadSight is the main growth driver, right? That's the partnership with FLIR. That's what brought in Elbit Systems. That's what NVIDIA integrated into the Jetson. Okay, that's what's going to be driving this company. That's the moneymaker, right? The last 2 events, and this is what's so exciting about this company to me. The last 2 things that drove this stock up from $1 to $4 and then $4 to $10. When it went from 1 to 4, it was because of a Japanese company struck a deal with a subsidiary of Foresight, with the Rail Vision, right? The Rail Vision, which is like the 3rd most attractive thing or 4th most attractive thing about FRSX. Then it went from like 4 to 11 off of a pilot and the rumor is Toyota with a pilot for iNet Mobile, which is probably the 3rd most attractive thing about this company. So that's also a subsidiary. And also, no news yet. No updates on FLIR. No updates on Elbit. No updates on NVIDIA. And when you look at it, people are like, so when you look at it, right, look at it this way. That's not even Quartzite yet with the self-driving cars. If they get in with Apple, like people are saying, forget about it. If they get in with more defense contractors like Elbit Systems for drones and the future of the military, there's going to be a lot of revenue there as well. A lot of exciting stuff, and I wouldn't sell my shares until I knew more about Quartzite. It's nice. iNet Mobile, very nice. Rail Vision, really nice. The COVID detection system for mass places, very cool, man. It's going to draw attention to everything. But Quartzite's the company. Quartzite's the future. It's a future for EVs, future of self-driving, it's the future of the military, drones, robots maybe. I don't know. I don't know where it could pivot to. But it's groundbreaking technology, excellent technology. I mean, come on, Flare, NVIDIA, these are their partners. As a penny stock, I mean, that was a pretty easy one. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I also have a playlist of FRSX on my channel. I'm really proud of the way I played this. If there's a YouTuber who played this better than I did, I'd love to see it. Not only did we get in earlier than most. I'm not saying nobody got in earlier, but we got in earlier than most, like 95% of content creators. And the entire time, every update video, I promoted, do not sell, we're not there yet. Do not sell, we're not there yet. I never once suggested taking profits. So I'm really proud of the research I did on that company, really proud of the timing, and really proud of the work and the playing thereafter. Thank you, Chris. If you guys are still watching, smash that like button. Subscribe for future content. Let's talk about growth stocks, baby. Right? Another thing I wanted to throw out there, what other YouTubers do you guys watch? We just had a cameo from Richard Allen a little while ago. He was a big fan of mine. I'm a big fan of his. That was cool. And then I also saw JMac Investing jumped in earlier too. That was awesome. You guys watch those YouTubers? Yeah, Dead Inside in Wall Street. You know what? I just found Walrus Street, and I'm so glad that there's a guy like that out there, man. He is very good at what he does. And Dead Inside is good at what he does too. Dead Inside is very good. He's working on his reputation. You know, his reputation is good now, so he's officially like made it, right? And Walrus Street he's very impressive with the way too, and he throws those little funny things in. I just found him. I was really impressed with his work. And Maya, thank you so much for saying that. That's really nice of you. You know, I'm just trying to invest in the world the way I see it. You know, and just trying to identify the difference between like an investment and a trade, and always having realistic expectations when I enter my trades. You know, companies like Tesla, Pure Storage, Roku, PayPal, MD Materials, Open Door, I buy them. They sit in my portfolio. Once I buy them, they're there. Those are my long-term investments. Companies like ZOM, I'm probably not going to stay in long. I got in at 20 cents. I'm still holding. You know, I may start trimming, you know, in May or June. We'll see how it goes. Unless something changes, I probably won't stay there like long, like 10 years. I'll probably hold it for a year or two, you know. ABML, huh? Another one. Hey, man, AMBL is getting a lot of love on this video. I really got to look into that one. Yeah, man, this has been a lot of fun, guys. This is fun. I mean, yeah, screw it. I'll stick around. I'm going to go another 12 minutes. At 2 hours, I'm going to cut this short. I'm going to cut this off. Not short. This is very long. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday night with me. Smash that like button. Subscribe for future content. Again, I'm not keeping it a secret. My vision for this channel, I really want to grow something in 2021. I don't know exactly what. I don't know what it is that we have. I don't know what it is, where it's going. I just hope it's somewhere. My message is clear. The stock market is for everybody, man. We can manage risk through research. We can identify catalysts. We could find company moats, just like these big institutions do. In a lot of cases, we can get there earlier than they can. A lot of them have restrictions, you know, on what they can buy and sell, when they can buy and sell, and that kind of thing. You know, so we have some advantages here. You know, we shouldn't feel overmatched. I used to think this was magic. I really did. A few years ago, I was like, oh my God, the stock market, that's for like rich people. That's for like rich and smart people, you know? And little did I know that it just was effort, strategy, and, you know, trial and error, crafting, taking notes, you know, just, you know, so if you're a new investor and you're not quite where you want to be yet, stay hopeful. I'm hopeful for you. Between the information out there, the access, you know, to the information, you know, you're going to get better. You're going to get better if you put the effort in. INND, trying to crack the hearing impaired, has products at Walmart and Amazon too, heavy on the future. I'm not familiar with ticker symbol INND, but you know, it sounds interesting. There definitely is a lot of value in something like that. I could definitely see that. It made me think of a company that I made. I talked about a company called PRQR. They're a company that's working on genetics that cause blindness, rare disease that causes blindness. They have multiple drugs in the pipeline. I believe that they just were approved, although it wasn't released in PR. So let me rephrase that. I've been hearing that they've been approved to pivot and also start making products in Alzheimer's, which could also be very lucrative for the company, especially a company with like a $300 million market cap, trading under or right around $5 a share. Really exciting, I think. Ticker symbol PRQR. And those options, when I looked at them, looked really cheap and interesting. All right, what else? Anything else? You guys, anything else before we wrap it up? Any ideas, any strategies, anything you want me to look into? All right, then before I get going, I'm going to ask you guys, you know, send somebody this way. You know, I really would like to grow this channel. I really think something special could be going on here. You know, I don't see too many content creators up like this, 4,000, 5,000%, you know? So, you know, tell a friend, tell a coworker, you know, tweet, Twitter, Facebook, you know, spread the word. I really want to grow this audience. I'm excited about it. I really think that, you know, we're onto something here through the research, you know, We're trying to teach people how to fish here, not giving anything away. You know, we're not giving you, hey man, go buy EXPC. It's going to $30. There's a lot of that, and I don't like it. I want to tell you why. I want to tell you about EXPC, and if you see the value in it, then you buy it. You know what I mean? I know. I got to play the ukulele. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. You know, honestly, man, 5 months ago, dude, I'm not a tech guy. You know, I'm 38 years old. I got into this, and I'm learning on the fly. I wasn't technologically savvy. I don't even know about none of this algorithm software. I didn't know nothing about this shit at all. I didn't even know how to make a video. You know, I've been learning on the fly, and you know, I'm getting a little better. I think if you look at some of my real early work to now, my videos are definitely getting better. You know, I'm proud of the work. I'm proud of the channel. I'm proud of the message. You know, and I really love, I love the audience. I love the type of people that are here. You know, I hope it continues to grow. I hope I continue to add value to your investing, and then I hope, you know, you add value to my investing. You know, you guys are helping me too, and I appreciate yous, you know, just as much. I appreciate the support. You know, stay tuned for the Patreon. I started taking a peek into it. I'm going to start making tiers. I don't know exactly how to go about it, but I am going to get something going to talk a little more. To you, I'm glad you stand for actually like the stuff you're talking about. Thank you very much for saying that. I really appreciate that. Pia Plates RS, thank you. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for future content. Tell your uncle thank you, and hopefully maybe you could pass somebody along. Tell somebody, you know, you tell somebody about the channel, and hopefully they tell somebody about the channel, and so on and so forth. You know, I don't believe in pump and dumps. I don't. I hate that. I actually don't think there's a place on the internet for that. I'm more along the lines of I really like guys like Walrus. Walrus Street, Dead Inside, Richard Allen. He was on the he popped in earlier and dropped a comment. That was cool for me because I watch all his videos. He has a big platform. Those guys are good with their work. They keep you informed. They keep you up to date. They let you know what's going on. And like the way like Richard covers Nano Dimensions, it's definitely if you're a Nano Dimensions investor, you gotta be subscribed to his channel. He pretty much uploads 2-3 Nano Dimension videos a week. And he'll keep you updated. He lets you know what's going on, the rumors, the this, that. People like that are great. And then also to expand a little bit, go look into Peter Lynch. Go watch a Peter Lynch seminar or a Peter Lynch lecture. Get some perspective on the stock market from a real professional. You don't want to just keep hearing YouTubers over and over again. We're amateur. I'm an amateur. Even all of us are. Even the best YouTuber, we're amateurs. Look at Peter Lynch. Come on, man. Go watch Peter Lynch. Go watch Oswald Damodaran. The guys like that. Just for a little bit of a perspective switch. And I love the YouTubers too. I told you the guys that I like and the ladies that I like. I talked about Maya. I talked about Maya, the teen investor. Zachary, the young investor. Dead Inside. Oh, shout out to Monster Stock Picks is another one too. I can't even believe I forgot him. That's a guy that's he's been really nice to this channel as well. He mentioned me in a couple of videos. Sent some people over. I have a gratitude to Monster Stock Picks, and he's very good at picking biotech stocks. As far as biotech stocks goes, he may be one of the better, if not the best, stock picker in that area. And you will certainly, yes, he is, yes. And Monster, you'll watch his videos and you'll know what the hell you bought. You'll know what you own, and you'll have an idea. What I don't like it one bit. When I watch a video and these guys are telling you, buy this, it's going here, and then when the stock dips 10%, what are you going to do? You're going to sell. Now you just lost money. That's not helping people. That's not helping people. I'm sorry. You gotta be rigid in your research. Be meticulous in your research, and just like that, what's his name? I forget his name. Charlie from Zip Trader. That's it. Trade like a spoiled brat. Charlie from Zip Trader. That's another channel that I used to watch when I was a beginner, a very beginner, before I knew charts or anything like that. His videos helped me too. That's right, and that's a great thing as well. Monster is a friend of mine. I talked to him. I don't know him personally, like in my personal life, but like we've both been a fan of each other's work. Monster helped me big time. I only had like 1,100 subscribers just like a month ago. Monster put me in one of his videos, talked about some of the how he respected my work, liked my work, and man. And he had a pretty good following too, man, because I want to say the good like 100 people jumped over and were like, Monster sent me. I was like, nice. And yes, do your DD. I do my DD, and I love it. I'm proud of my DD. And this is the other thing about having an interactive channel, okay? Like you guys just named a whole bunch of stocks. I never heard of them. So, hopefully I added value to your investing, because you certainly just added value to mine. I got my list here. I got some stuff I could look into, and I got a temperature, what you guys find interesting. And there's value in that for me. Also there's exponential value in me being able to have access and throwing an idea or strategy out there and bouncing it off, 14 or 15 of you in real time, instantly. I could say it and you guys, I'll have another perspective. Remember, our perspectives and our perception of reality and life is so limited. I can only see through these two eyes and hear through these 2 ears. That's it. So, and that's limited, man. That's limited based on my experiences. So we're all that way. We all suffer from it. Doesn't matter how smart you are or how much, it doesn't matter. So there's value in a group. There's value in a tribe, There's value in that. How come you did not in your research? Don't forget Appreciate your DD that you share with us. Yeah, no problem. No, you don't owe me anything. Just like and subscribe. Send somebody over, a friend, a coworker, a family member. Get them to subscribe to the channel. Send a tweet out. Let them know. Ehang, I talked a little bit about High Truth. If you just got in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. It helps the channel out. Ehang, I'm just branching off into urban air mobility. I believe that's going to disrupt package handling, especially with drones, passenger and cargo. I also saw a Blade network with Oregon transport, which I found interesting. I just don't know. That's very niche, right? 20 written down to look into. Lots of time until Tuesday for DD. That's right. That's right. Don't forget. Yeah. And yeah, man, thank you guys so much for watching, man. This was fun. I think I'm definitely going to do more of this. If I do more live streams, would you guys, like whoever was here, a few of you guys were here almost the whole time. I'm assuming, you guys had a good time and would come back. You're the best, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Shout out on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at MJF_invest. So that's at MJF_invest. Yeah, that's all the stocks we talked about, Amsterfly. What stocks we talking about? All of them. The alphabet. Being serious, just a quick, if you could just type in, if I did a little bit more live streaming and, maybe did it once a week or twice a week, if you guys were available, would you come back in? Did you find value in content like this? Did you enjoy yourself? I'm not, again, it's hard for me to judge. I had a great time, but that doesn't mean anything. Thank you, Maya. Thank you. But in all reality, Maya, no, not really. I mean, I do put a lot of time in. I do my reading. I'm no guru though. I don't know if you guys were in. I don't know who was in here before, but I recommended this book. Readers are leaders, guys, and then reading is a way to really help your mind, really help to change the way you think, and get a solid perspective. That's right. And I got 10 more stocks to do DD on too, right? And readers are leaders, guys. Remember that. Seriously. This book right here is called The Personal MBA by Josh Kaufman. I'm about halfway through it. Excellent book, excellent read. Opened my eyes up to a lot of things. Got me thinking thinking differently, and I like it. Z economy, I love it. Okay, if you send it to me on Twitter. I know that we both follow each other. I would love to get the author of that one. I do a lot of reading, and I want to throw that out there as well. I'm a big reader, big proponent of reading. There's a quote my father taught me when I was pretty young. He said to me, Michael, the difference between you now and in 10 years is going to be the people you meet and the books you read. So he that was one thing that he really instilled in me. And I took I took that and ran with it. Thank God, and that's helped me in my life, was being able to read and retain information. Especially for some of you younger people, really get into the reading, because that's all DD is, right? Speeding and retaining, because the faster you could read and retain, the more you could do. So practice that. And there's an art, and it might sound stupid or silly, but it's the truth. That's right, they are, Maya, especially at your age, man. Yeah, read as many books as you can. Take in as many perspectives as you can. I don't know if you were in the stream earlier, but I was talking about Peter Lynch and Aswath Damodaran. Okay, those are two investors that are on YouTube. They write books. They do the whole thing. Their perspectives on the stock market are great. They're professional. They're real. They're professional. These are, Aswath Damodaran was a professor of finance at NYU. you could go watch his lectures for free. People spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, went in debt for this kind of stuff. We got it for free. We're spending our time with watching other YouTubers. It's kind of funny when you think about it. But I just wanted to throw that out there. I had a great time with you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the content. I'm definitely going to be doing more of this. As much before 25. That's right. I had a great time with you guys. And Sean, I really like that idea. Maybe Monday I could do maybe a live stream, start the week off, or maybe Sunday night. I think that's a good idea. And then a Friday recap. Maybe let's try that for next week. I think I might do maybe tomorrow night. Maybe I'll jump on a live stream tomorrow night. We'll do a briefer one. I won't be on for 2 hours again. This was a Saturday night special, and I was just trying stuff out. I'm experimenting. I'm learning. I'm a young content creator, too. That's another thing, guys. My channel is only 4 months old. So I could really use your help in promoting the channel, getting the word out there, spreading the love, if you will. Again, thank you so much. Smash that like button. Subscribe for future content. Let's talk stocks down below. Sean, if I only knew. That's right. No, but it's so true, Sean. Maya, really read that comment. It's true. You really pay attention to that stuff, man. You got a really bright future ahead of you at 12 years old or however old. I don't know. You're a teenager. And I always think of Zachary. I really like Zachary, too, the young investor. He's definitely a really nice kid. He's a really, really sweet kid. And I follow him on Twitter, and I watch some of his videos. And he's got a pretty cool perspective on the stock market as well. So shout out again to all you guys. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, it's still new though, but honestly, you didn't miss that much in the beginning. We're just getting started. I'm going to get the Patreon going. I'm going to start doing a little more live streams. I really want to up the interaction in this channel and really up the interaction. So again, thank you so much, guys. Smash that like button. Like for future, subscribe for future content. Remember, guys, readers are leaders. Readers are leaders. Market psychology is everything. And patience. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you guys soon.